chair up close to your radio. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud.
Good morning, Captain.
Like to check your licenses, boys.
Good morning to you.
Live all across Big Sky Country, it's the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you statewide by Missoula Chevrolet, home of the official truck of the captain, Vibrant Hearing, Warrior Boats, Tire-Rama, Gretz RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors, your local Subaru dealer in Helena. And now, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Ooh, doggy. It's time for the little weather before we get back to the captain and the whole big crew. So let's take a look at your weather forecast for northeast Montana, shall we? It looks like this. Today, partly cloudy, highs in the mid to upper 60s. Tonight, partly cloudy, lows in the lower to mid 40s. Sunday, partly cloudy in the morning, and as the day goes along, you should see that increase to mostly cloudy, and that'll bring maybe a chance of rain showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms into the late afternoon and evening. Your high todays should be around the lower to mid 70s. Now remember, gang, you got the latest in outdoor news. They've got detailed weather forecasts. They've got videos and pictures and all that right there, plus a link to the latest Montana Outdoor podcast. Now that's featuring our all-time most listened to podcast. I thought everyone might want to hear this one again, since now is a great time to get after those huge kokanee salmon in Holter and Hauser reservoirs. And this podcast features Kit and Trevor Johnson talking all about how to find and catch those. Because once you know it, well, you're going to have a lot of fun.
You'll be going along, telling a story or taking a sip of coffee, and you'll hear click, click, click. And everybody's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody starts looking around, and then... And I mean, it's just ripping dragon.
That and more is waiting for you at the go-to website, montanooutdoor.com.
And that Riggercast is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer. Back with the captain and the weekend review in 30 seconds. Have a tax refund and want to reinvest back into the business? Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer suggests the purchase of a new baseline equipment or dump trailer. Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer is your local baseline dealer with inventory in stock for purchase today. For more information on the new baseline equipment and dump trailer, stop by Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer, 5680 Expressway, Missoula, or call 406-549-4243. Baseline Trailers. Basics done best. In Butte, you be sure to shop Three Bears, Alaska. They are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
A very pleasant good morning, live and direct from the command center. I'm the captain, along with the whole crew here this morning. We have the director, Deadeye Denny. Good morning, Denny.
Well, good morning, Captain.
I hope you had a good weekend last weekend.
We did, yeah. Yeah, went to Spokane and did a lot of fun stuff.
Jennifer's birthday.
Jennifer's birthday, yeah.
And she was happy that you spent some time with her during her birthday.
Yes, she was.
When was her actual birthday?
It was on Saturday. It was Saturday the 19th.
Okay.
So, timed out well.
And your birthday was the week before.
It was on the 11th. And my brother's birthday is the same date as Jennifer's is. And we got to talking about Easter Sundays and all of that. And I said to my brother Brian, I think I've had two birthdays that actually fell on Easter Sunday. And he said, I can't remember if I had any or not. But I said, well, maybe one's coming up. So naturally, she has to look it up. And we both have birthdays on Easter Sunday coming up in the 2070s. So, something to look forward to.
Boy, you guys really know how to party, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
So did that make a difference when you started dating your wife?
What?
Did you ask when her birthday was, and then she found out when your birthday was, and you went, that's even more of a reason for us to get together or stay together?
It will take me a while to actually process that question. I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
We got a lot of April birthdays in the family, though.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Tons of them.
Ours is August.
I was going to say the same. Ours is August, yeah.
You folks out there, call us up right now and ask.
What's your birthday?
Speaking of that,
Are
we
these
got
the exciting new reports you're talking about?
Miguel Lee is here
I
and
think I
manning
came
the
to the wrong
phones.
show.
And we have Kokanee Quinn. By the way, her family's birthdays are in August. And Downrigger Dale, Downrigger was never born. Okay, so there is no birthday for Downrigger.
down the hall, I think I'm in the wrong room. Oh.
All right, now, what I want to emphasize is that we always try to do as much reports as we can as far as fishing goes and hunting. And the show, because Downrigger has been with us for quite a few years, doesn't have a lot of time for those reports anymore. No, I'm just kidding. So what we do is we're really putting an emphasis on trying to get different areas that we haven't been able to cover over the years. And Downrigger has put it upon his big shoulders to do that. And Downrigger, you have two reports, two new ones that we're going to debut on the radio show. Now, keep in mind, if we don't have time to run these reports, and sometimes we don't, on the radio show, they're available on the audio reports page on MontanaOutdoor.com.
Yeah, I think some people forget that. You know, I've got emailed before saying, I wish you guys could get us more reports from out in the field. And I say, they're all right there on the website. Oh, that's what that is. But yeah, you go there, there's just a ton of reports you can listen to, and they're all current. So
A ton. Okay,
and there'll be a ton more.
Intro the reports that you have the new ones that we got this week.
Well, yeah, the new ones we'll be getting consistently now is Frontier Anglers. That's in Dillon. They cover the southwest Montana, and the river's all in there, but also Clark Canyon Reservoir too, and that's something we haven't heard a lot about in the last few years.
It's a real popular reservoir south of Dillon.
Yeah, and then the other is up at Lake Koocanusa, which we hadn't heard from them in quite a while. They've got a big tournament come up in May, but Randy Birch there at the resort up there, really neat area and some unique fishing up that way. So.
Okay, Director, can we play which report first?
Yeah, we're going to lead off with Randy at Lake Koocanusa, and then we'll follow that up with Sean from Frontier Anglers in Dillon.
As far as the rainbow fishing goes, they're starting to come up a little bit higher. I'm hearing everything from 20 to about 50 feet down. The colors right now that seem to be working good on the plugs are your black and purple, your black and silver, and your dark blues with some black or purple in there. As far as the kokanee fishing goes, it's kind of slow right now. They're down about 50 feet plus, and the guys are starting to jig for them. They see the Swedish pimples are working the best, and the pinks and purples are working good with those. The guys are jigging. Trolling for the kokanee is real slow right now. And then the pan-sized rainbows, they're catching along the shoreline. They seem to be hitting really good off of the Martin Panthers and the Rooster Tails, kind of the same thing there. Your dark colors seem to be working the best right now for the guys who are casting, or they are using the Super Duper, which has a lot of shine to it. Right now the water's the lake's starting to rise. The water's a little dirty, so it seems like on the shoreline, at least, you want to fish with something that has some glitter to it. Outside that, the lake is slowly raising. Most of the boat ramps are open and up and running now. There are a couple still not up north, but down here by the dam, all our boat ramps are usable.
Hi, this is Sean from Frontier Anglers checking in with a fishing report from Southwest Montana. We've been having some real good fishing on the Big Hole lately. The water's been stable. The fish are biting well, and most everybody's having a good day. We're waiting for some more water to come out of the dam on the Beaverhead River, but to those wade fishermen, if they're hitting it, they're having great days as well. We currently have our Mother's Day caddis hatch kind of coming off around the town of Dillon, which has been providing some good dry fly fishing. Clark Canyon fish are kind of a little bit post-spawn right now, still a few being caught from the banks, but imagine it'll kind of transition into some better fishing there in a week or two once they get the spawn in the rearview mirror. But some nice weather and some good fishing has kept us happy here.
All right, great reports. Let's get a news from the field from Greg Lemon, Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, right here on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Morning, Captain. This last week, a couple of anglers in the Centennial Valley were charged by a grizzly bear. One angler fired a shot, and the charge was deterred. Fortunately, the anglers were uninjured. It's a great reminder to remain vigilant in grizzly bear country no matter what you're doing. For anglers wading creeks and rivers, they are often in areas where visibility is limited, like willow patches. This makes it all the more important for anglers to make noise to alert bears in the area of their presence. Also, it's always a good idea to recreate with a partner. It helps to have another set of eyes and to also have someone around should you need some help. And like we always say, make sure to carry bear spray and be ready to use it. Bear spray is effective at deterring grizzly bear attacks. It's simple to deploy, easy to carry, and relatively inexpensive to own. For more information, make sure to go to our website at fwp.mt.gov/bear-aware. This week, FWP released the framework for the Milltown water right. This water right was formerly a private water right for hydropower at the Milltown Dam. With the dam gone, that water right is co-owned by FWP and the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes, and will be managed for in-stream flows in the Upper Clark Fork and Blackfoot River basins. FWP and CSKT are hosting public meetings next month on May 19th in Deer Lodge, May 20th in Ovando, and May 22nd in Drummond. For more information, you can look on our website at fwp.mt.gov. That's it for this week. Thanks, Captain.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up, pump it up.
A cold one right about now sounds so refreshing. At your local Town Pump, grab an 18-pack of Corona or Modelo, only $19.99. Our Rito sodas are 2 for $3. Pump It Up members save an additional $1 when you buy 2, only 2 for $2. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
First Security Bank wants you to know when it comes time to buy a car, pickup, boat, snowmobile, or ATV. You just see the folks at First Security Bank. With multiple locations in the Missoula and Bitterroot Valleys, you won't have to camp out to get service. First Security Bank, member FDIC.
Straight ahead with the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, we have Placer Motors statewide trivia, and Rigger is back with the trivia question in person. What's the topic of this hour's question?
Yeah, topic of this hour's question is, we're getting closer. Which way should I turn?
When we come back, we'll have the question right after this with more of the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Brett's RV and Marine's been bringing family and lifestyle together since 1967. Brett's was family owned then and still is today. The Brett's mission is simple: help families go camping and boating, enjoy the outdoor lifestyle, and get them back out quickly when something unexpected happens. Today, Brett's carries over 75 RV and boat brands and offers them all at volume discount pricing. New travel trailers start at just $14,995. Montana, Brett's has you covered with locations in Missoula, Butte, and Billings. Or you can shop online at brettsrv.com or call 833-BRETTS-RV. Your next great outdoor adventure starts at Brett's RV and Marine.
River and open water fishing can be very productive this time of the year when you know what the fish are biting on. When you shop your Montana Outdoor approved sporting goods store, you get the best product, service, and advice. In Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. In Glasgow, shop D&G Sports and Western. They all have local knowledge and are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
It's Spring Mac Days, and the fish are biting. Join the fun on Flathead Lake starting March 13th every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through May 10th. Monday through Thursday are bonus days and tagged fish only. Anglers are helping to restore a balance in Flathead Lake by reducing non-native lake trout and helping to increase native bull trout and West Slope cutthroat trout. Up to $225,000 in cash and prizes available, including tagged lake trout with values from $100 to $10,000, plus bonus dollars for anglers turning in more than 10 fish. Entries are taken until the last day of the event. Go to macdays.com to register. All it takes is one fish to win. Mac Days, sponsored by the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes.
Attention anglers, when it comes to fishing, only one name stands above the rest: Warrior Boats. Built by fishermen for fishermen, Warrior Boats deliver unmatched stability, performance, and reliability in any waters. From tournament days to quiet mornings, Warrior Boats are designed to help you conquer the water with ease. Built tough and built right. Built for warriors like you. Find your your ultimate fishing machine today at warriorboatsinc.com. Warrior Boats. Go farther, fish longer, and own the Montana waters.
You're listening to The Captain.
I'm here. Let the bells ring out and the banners fly. Feast your eyes on me. It's too good to be true, but I'm here.
Thanks for joining us this morning on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
This is Eric Anderson, the owner of Placer Motors in Helena. Come in and see us today and find out why there's a Subaru, and then there's a Subaru that's been purchased at Placer Motors.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on 622 and Trivia Time with Downrigger Dale, brought to you by Placer Motors. We'll see if we can make you a winner in 1 minute.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It'll help you take as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon, plus up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. The 2025 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Manufacturer estimated highway fuel economy on 2025 Subaru Outback non-turbo models. Actual mileage may vary. From our lot to your driveway, come see how Placer Subaru in Helena is transforming the car buying experience. Test drive a 2025 Subaru Outback today.
Okay, it's time now for Trivia with Downrigger Dale. Good to have you back, Rigger.
Good to be back.
First aid kit from Joe Moline in Lewistown will be a prize for you. A Tire-Rama pen, a Captain's Choice Max Lure. From Linda at Far Country Press in Helena, the book Sharpshooter, The Showman, the true story of May Lily and Pawnee Bill and their Wild West show. A koozie from the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, and from Steve Harada, who is the bail bondsman, the official one of the Montana Outdoor Radio Show in Wolf Point, a utility key ring featuring a bottle opener, tape measure, and flashlight. How might that come in handy, Downrigger?
Well, those would be your tools to salvation to turn your life around. See?
Make sure if you're going on an airplane flight that you don't bring that big tool bag with you.
Yeah.
And from our gal Kathy Goodman at SilverThreadsOuterwear.com in Great Falls. She lives right there on the website. A Hook Fish 'em ball cap. It's a black ball cap featuring a leather patch in the shape of Montana with a fishing hook and 406 on a very attractive hat. You will be very proud to wear that across the state of Montana. But you got to take it off when you go across the border. 406-721-1290. 406-721-1290. If you have won in the past 6 months, we'd appreciate it if you let somebody else have a chance to play and win with Downrigger Dale. Dale?
Thank you, Captain. Well, now, since we're getting closer and closer to the full-on boating season, I thought it'd be fun to see who knows the rules of the waterway when it comes to driving your boat. So let's see. We'll try this scenario. Now, think about it. And, of course, you get into your arguments later about who's right. But so if you're going along and you see a boat heading towards you, as you get closer to each other, which way should you and the other boat turn to safely go past each other? Is it A, you each should turn your wheel starboard? B, you should each turn your wheel to port? Or is it C, the larger boat should continue straight and the smaller boat must steer clear? Okay? So again, if you're going towards each other, which way do you turn to avoid each other? Is it to the port, to the starboard, or is it you just let the smaller boat move out of the way?
406-721-1290 is the number to call if you know the correct answer. Let's get a report from the Stonefly Fly Shop in Butte while Miguel's getting us a winner.
Hey, happy Saturday, everybody. It's Chris from the Stonefly in Butte, Montana. Just a quick update for you guys on area fishing conditions. First, down on the Big Hole, flows have been dropping steadily throughout the week in a pretty sweet range for wade fishing and float fishing right now, so no excuses to not get down there. Water's still a little that tea color, which is typical this time of year. Been a variety of things working down there. All your little stonefly nymphs, rubber legs, little jig head stones, stuff like that. Chasing that with a little San Juan worm, pink and red. have been very productive on the nymph side of things, as well as some of the little Spanish bullets and perdigons already too. Seeing a few caddis buzzing around these days. A few smaller mayflies like the BWOs have been out and about, so you can pick and choose when to throw those little bit smaller dries. You got some squallows around on the lower river still, so twitching some of those dries around. Streamer fishermen have been picking up fish, so all sorts of things to do down there. It's been fantastic. Fish are in great condition. Beaverhead, you know, your typical tailwater patterns in that stuff from Pipe Organ down to Barrett's. Scuds, sow bugs, zebra midges have been good. Starting to see a few caddis popping around down in that country as well. Early and late streamer fishing has been good. Same kind of things up on the upper Clark Fork up there between, Warm Springs down to Deer Lodge type area. Little sculpin patterns through those deep corners, scuds, sow bugs, zebra midges, San Juan worms mixed in there as well. Still some squallows around over in that country too. So lots of stillwater opportunities as well with those fish cruising shorelines. So any further details, holler at us anytime. We're happy to help out. 406-494-0707 or at thestonefly.com.
Fort Peck Marina wants to make your fishing trip as enjoyable as possible. This is Scott Collinsworth with the Fort Peck Marina. You can stay at our RV campground, which is seconds away from the boat ramp. Check out our tackle shop, which is packed with gear for all species here on Fort Peck. Plus, you can book a fishing trip with me for lake trout, salmon, smallmouth, or walleye with my Fort Peck Marina guide service. Enjoy the best pizza, burgers, and sandwiches on the lake in our bar restaurant for lunch or dinner. Plus, breakfast is served on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Fort Peck Marina, we are here to serve you. You can check us out on our Facebook page or our new website at fortpeckmarina.net. That's Fort Peck Marina by the dam on Fort Peck.
Okay, right in the middle of Placer Motors statewide trivia with Downrigger Dale. The excitement is building. Steve Olson from Billings is on our phone this morning. Good morning, Steve. Are you there, Steve?
Yeah, I got him up on.
Steve?
Got him up on one.
Evidently, Steve is very excited.
Why won't you talk to us, Steve?
You there, Steve?
Steve, are you there? All right. Well, we're running out of time here, so I tell you what. Rigger.
Yes.
I'm going to be Steve. Go ahead.
So, Steve, you're in another boat or approaching each other. So, which way should you guys turn to avoid each other? Is it A, turn the wheel starboard, B, go to the port, or C, the big guy just goes straight, the little guy needs to clear?
What do you think, Steve?
Well, I don't know because I'm putting my life jacket
Steve,
on
we
right
don't
now.
have all damn day. Come on.
Land the plane, Steve.
Take a right.
You would turn the wheel to starboard. That would be to the left.
To the left. Okay.
Yeah, starboard.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, that actually becomes a common problem when boaters are out doing all that. But yeah, you turn directly towards each other. If you're coming towards each other right, you turn to the right. And then the port sides pass each other. So just remember that. Right.
Beautiful. Well, that's good. I guess the captain's not going to do the outro of this.
This is why I hold so tight to the dashboard in your boat.
Yeah. We're going to come back. We
I
got
have
Mary
no
Beth
idea what's
Kibler
gonna happen.
right after this.
I'm in a life jacket.
In Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. They're Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing. Keep your cool this summer with locally owned Air Quality Mechanical and Daikin. If you've been considering air conditioning for your home, the time is now so you can beat the rush. And Air Quality Mechanical makes it easy with excellent finance options available. And the peace of mind knowing that with a Daikin system from Air Quality Mechanical, you get Daikin's industry-leading 12-year parts and labor warranty and 6 to 12-year unit replacement warranty. For more details and a free estimate, contact Air Quality Mechanical. Tough enough to drive pink.
This is Scott Richmond, and along with my co-host Arnie Sherman, we bring you What Do You Know? A show that goes beyond the headlines with insightful conversations and compelling guests from all walks of life. From business and politics to sports, entertainment, and culture, we talk with the people who have stories to tell and perspectives that matter. Join us Sunday mornings from 8 to 9 on News Talk KGVO or listen anytime on Apple or Android podcasts.
Hi, it's Scott the Painter. We all know about keeping up on the routine maintenance of our vehicles. But how often do you think about your home's preventative maintenance? So don't neglect it. Part of that routine care is interior and exterior paint. It also adds to the curb appeal and value of your investment. So if it's been more than 7 years since you had fresh paint applied, it's time. We've been helping people all over western Montana maintain their home's looks and value for over 26 years. That's Scott Arnold Painting at 381-8545.
Teresa Lunn with United Country Real Estate Western Montana Group knows what it takes to sell your property.
The United Country Marketing Advantage provides us with the tools. Combine that with experience, honesty, and work ethic. Your buyer is out there. Commercial, residential, ranch, or acreage. Nobody knows the country like we do.
Teresa Lunn and United Country Real Estate Western Montana Group, covering the state with main offices in Missoula and Plains. Visit an office or call
728-9733.
The Missoula Animal Services Shelter saves 97% of the animals in its care, and it is expanding with new cat rooms, dog kennels, and a larger lobby for visitors. The remodel will help keep animals physically and mentally healthy for as long as it takes to meet their new loving families. Your donation to our Possum Shelter campaign will provide Missoula's lost and surrendered pets with a second chance. Visit online at www.missoulapublichealth.org/animals to learn more and donate today.
Hey, this is D-Wayne with Energy Partners. We know every dollar counts. Our customers save hundreds on their propane costs each year by using Energy Partners. We have been here serving our local communities with local people for over 2 decades. Switching to Energy Partners has never been easier or more affordable. Make the switch today and see the difference for yourself, and let us save you some money. Visit our website today at energypartnerspropane.com to find a location nearest you.
The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you in part by Missoula Chevrolet, Tire-Rama, Brett's RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
I'm on to it. Hey, now before we get to that, let's talk about your weather forecast. This is southeast and south central Montana. Looks like this. Today is partly sunny. Highs in the mid-60s to mid-70s. Tonight, partly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s to upper 40s. Now, Sunday, partly sunny. However, that may mix with a few showers and slight chance of thunderstorms throughout the region. Look for highs to be in the mid-60s and maybe even the upper 70s. Sunday night, well, it'll tend to turn to, believe it or not, some blowing snow. So watch out for that. In the lower areas, you're going to see some rain and possibly some snow showers. Lows are going to be in the upper 30s to mid-40s. Now, remember, gang, we got the go-to website sitting there ready for you. And don't forget, they got lots of great regional fishing reports right there at MontanaOutdoor.com.
And that Riggercast is brought to you by Vibrant Hearing. We'll be back with the captain and Mary Beth Kibler at Kibler Outfitting and Charter Fishing in 30 seconds.
You would do anything to prevent dementia, but are you doing everything? This year, give yourself more time. Learn how the medical treatment of hearing loss can reduce your risk of dementia, keep you engaged with your loved ones, and reconnect you to life. The folks at Vibrant Hearing can help with your hearing loss and show you how treating hearing loss is also reducing your risk of dementia. For better hearing, go to VibrantHearing.com.
Well, in Lewistown, you be sure to shop the Sports Center. They are Montana Outdoor Proof for hunting and fishing.
And good morning, everybody. 25 before 7, Montana Outdoor Radio Show. And we got Mary Beth Kibler on the phone. Good morning, Mary Beth.
Well, good morning, Cap and crew. We had a fantastic time at the Jordan Walleyes Unlimited banquet last night.
Oh, boy, I bet.
And, it looks like they're going to have a terrific day for their Gary Johnston Memorial Tough Guy Tournament today. So I want to wish all of those anglers good luck. I understand from Brim that we have 34 teams. So, yeah, a lot of people out there. The water temperature is kind of warming up a little bit. You have to go quite a ways west for that. We'd heard earlier 47, 48, and then you get up around Fourchette, and it was like 53. You go on up further towards Devil's Creek. They even saw 57 yesterday. So, that surface temperature is doing good. So they're seeing a lot of the males hanging around there at, you're catching mostly males by Fourchette. So, those anglers, they'll find some of them big old female walleyes, and I'm excited to see what our results are. But we're still getting ready here to head to the lake. We won't go down till about the 1st of May, which is just around the corner. Mm-hmm. And we're still putting together a few spots left in our booking calendar. So if you'd like to fish with us, give us a call, 406-557-2503, and we'll get you set up with one of our guides.
Hey, Mary Beth, it's Downrigger. Hey, at the banquet last night, who won that $10,000?
Keith Lockey.
Wow.
Keith Lockey, a local feller, and I believe Tim Powell won the $500 where the third place where you had to be there to get it, and that second place was a really nice one too. And my mind is going blank on who won that one.
Wow.
Should have wrote it down, huh?
You guys always have a happening time there.
Oh yeah, and that meal that they put on, that prime rib that Ryan's Grocery and the processing plant put together is just phenomenal. It is just such a good thing. So, and that whole Walleyes Unlimited, they do a lot of really good things with their money. So, it's good event to go out and support.
All right. Well, great job, and good luck on the tournament. 34 teams. It's a tough guy tournament, and we'll see how the outcome comes. I'm sure the weight's going to be pretty good. Have yourself a good weekend. We'll talk to you next Saturday morning.
And I'll get those results as soon as I can to you.
Thank you, Mary Beth.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Let's say good morning to Leonard from Roberts Bait and Tackle. How you doing, Leonard?
I'm alive. That's about it.
Oh man,
boy, Leonard.
Yeah, I still got this bronchitis stuff, but going to try to get through it. Holter. The only thing I've been hearing on Holter is they've been catching trout, occasional walleye. Haven't heard really a lot going on over there on that. Up at Willow Creek over by Augusta, they've been getting some nice trout out of there, 3 and 4 pounders on that part. Doing good there. Piskin, I have not heard nothing on Piskin. Francis, you still have to put in down at the east end, and my understanding is you better take a plank or a ladder along because they haven't got the dock in yet. And over at Tiber, you still got to put in at the VFW campground. That's the only ramp that's in the water, but I guess it's starting to come up a little bit. So maybe in another couple of weeks it'll be better what it is. On that river down at Loma area, they're still getting a lot of catfish, occasional sturgeon, occasional walleye. But that's about all there is going on, Captain. Just to remind everybody, I've got a lot of paddle fishing stuff for these guys that go paddle fishing starting here this coming week, the 1st. I got lots of minnows in stock. I got leeches in stock. I got more coming next week. Any questions? 406-454-1877. And we'll talk to you next week.
All right, Leonard, I hope you feel a little bit better than you sound.
I'll get there one of these days on that, so y'all take care.
All right. Thank you. Leonard, Roberts Bait and Tackle, and it is now time to hit the Montana Tourney Trail. Last week it was real quiet when the boat started up. It's brought to you by Warrior Boats. Experience the Warrior difference.
Put a fishing rod in my hand.
fishing rod in my hand.
Oh, this tournament just keeps on keeping on, although it's finally getting close to the end. Still a couple of weeks, I do believe. Spring Mac Day is going on till Flathead Lake all the way till May 10th, and we'll visit with Cindy from Flathead Lake a bit later on in the show. As Mary Beth mentioned, good luck to everybody at the Jerry Johnson Memorial Tough Guy Tournament today on Fort Peck for Walleye and Northern. Got the Montana Bass Team Open May 3rd and 4th on Noxon for largemouth and smallmouth bass. Got the 19th Annual Catfish Challenge. That comes up May 10th on the Yellowstone for channel cats. And looking ahead a little bit further, Crooked Creek Walleye Classic will be May 16th and 17th on Fort Peck at Fort Peck Marina for walleye.
Yes, because you can't put in the boat ramps unusable at the west end of Crooked Creek.
Wait, I got a little winded there. Not used to that. Getting started with
doesn't affect your volume of your voice, so does it?
Hand me my nitro pills, would you?
I have a feeling if you had some episode here during the show, you might just not make it till the end of the show. For more information and a complete listing of tournaments around Montana, log on to the Tourney Trail page of MontanaOutdoor.com. You know, it's brought to you by our friends at Warrior Boats. Experience the Warrior difference. Straight ahead with the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. We're going to try to get a hold of Eddie Mint, the big man at the dam at the Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop. And if time permitting, we'll try to get a hold of Cindy at Spring Mac Days. Okay. A report from her. Big doings up there at Flathead Lake when we come back right after this.
For riders 16 years old and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly.
Hard work, easy ride, built for heavy duty. Rugged, ready, reliable. Dependable powerhouse, designed to last. The Honda 4Trax Foreman 4x4 is perfect for both tough work and adventurous trail riding. There's no better time than now. Discover how life is better on a Honda. This is Jeff. Visit us in Lewistown or see what's in store for you at lewistownhonda.com.
Flathead Lake is one of the cleanest large lakes in the world. It's the crown jewel of the crown of the continent, and invasive mussels could ruin it. Let's work together to protect and preserve this rare and priceless part of our collective heritage. Because we are very concerned about AIS issues, MAC days will require that all boats be inspected in 2025 before launching at any site on Flathead Lake, and that proof of inspection be turned in with your first entries or before. You can email a copy of your proof of inspection to Cindy at cindy.benson@cskt.org. Protect Flathead Lake and everyone who cares about it.
When it comes to farming, ranching, or even fishing and hunting, you need a truck you can rely on. Even more, you need a buying experience that's hassle-free. Look no further than Missoula Chevrolet. Locally owned and operated right here in Missoula, Montana. They offer one low price, plain and simple, always. With over 350 vehicles, including the tried and true Silverado light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, they are proud to be the Captain's Truck Center.
That's so true. I depend on the experts at Missoula Chevrolet to find me the perfect Chevy Silverado to get me where the fish are biting and the game can be hunted. I travel the entire state, and my 3/4-ton Silverado makes it easy to tow my fifth wheel and boat at the same time. And you can't beat the comfort of the interior. It's simple. I trust the non-commissioned experts at Missoula Chevrolet for all my truck needs.
Find out for yourself exactly what the Captain is talking about. Find your next Chevy truck at Missoula Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at MissoulaChevrolet.com.
You're listening to the Captain and his crew
I get to hear all your jibber jabber, jibber jabber, jibber jabber, jibber jabber, jibber jabber.
on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
When in Miles City, be sure to shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
Thank you, Director. We got about 15 minutes before 7 o'clock here on Montana Outdoor Radio Show, and the big man from the dam, Eddie Mint, is on the phone from the Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop. Good morning, Eddie.
Good morning. Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
You've been back now for 2 weeks, and every time now the phone rings when you're calling, it comes in potential spam.
Potential. Captain, did you hear that? You've got potential. We knew it. We felt it.
That just means he's hungry. Time for some spam for Captain.
You know that Luka Doncic that plays for the Lakers? They have a commercial now.
I don't think that's how you say his last name, but yes, I know.
But they have a commercial. It says badluka.com. I got a new website for Eddie Mint. Badeddie.com. Now, he's nice to everybody else but me. I don't know what brings that on.
It's your charm.
Well, everybody needs a foil, and you're his.
So, Eddie, I had a person email the MontanaOutdoor.com website and said, I hope those, and he used a derogatory term for the anglers, are throwing those fish back because that's not really good, because we have pictures of big walleyes on the website. And I emailed him back, and I did not use a derogatory term referring to him.
I'm glad you're not using it now either.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's big fish time, right? And most of those anglers, I'm assuming, are probably putting those fish back. The anglers that I know, they do put the big walleyes back, especially this time of the year. Is that what you're hearing or seeing?
Yeah, I would say if I was going to put a percentage on it, I'd say 99% of the big ones go back, and the very few that don't, either they wouldn't go back or it was somebody that first time, catching a big one that wants to have it mounted.
Right.
Yeah. I eat them raw right there on the boat.
You look like you're eating corn on the cob. It's really gross.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
like it fresh.
First thing Rigger does when he gets one in the boat, you can see him chewing the cheeks out of them.
So, Eddie, the fishing has picked up quite a bit. The Tough Guy tournaments today, how do you think that's going to come out? And where do you think they're going to catch the winners are going to catch those big fish?
I'd say the winning weights are going to come from west of Hell Creek.
Okay. 1 year they want them in Duck Creek.
Yeah, it's been won several times out of Duck Creek, but water temperature, the fish are starting to, turn on a little bit. It's actually been pretty decent fishing, but I wouldn't say to the point of in previous years that I fished the Tough Guy that you're seeing the activity on the fish, but the weather's played a big part in that as well too. So I know there's been some nice fish caught this the past 4 or 5 days, and the weather's kind of holding out. And yesterday it sounded like it was a little tougher day with that front that come in. So keep your fingers crossed. And but no, it's been actually the fishing's been really good. I wouldn't call it, like I've always said, Fort Peck's not a numbers lake, but the quality of the fish that have been being caught have, been really, really nice. Here a couple, 3 weeks ago, it said we re-released 12 fish that were 23 to 30 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
12 of them.
Yeah.
So it's not numbers, but the quality is there. So that's what we have to offer.
And that's not only a walleye lake, obviously, a lot of different species in there, but the old slayer, Bill Zaratka, I talked to him the other day, and he emailed me or texted me a picture of the first salmon he caught of 2025, and I was so proud.
It's a nice little fish.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, and a beautiful fish, and I texted it to Eddie, he's my go-to Eddie guy, and I texted it to him. And he goes, oh, yeah, there's been about 3 or 4 of them already caught this year. I was so excited to give. I thought maybe he wouldn't lock the door anymore when I go up to the Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop because I sent him that picture. But there has been some other salmon, or are you just pulling my leg?
No, there's been other. Not that I'm aware of by guys out like Slayer, but guys pitching for walleyes have caught them. Jason Mundell caught a nice one here 3 or 4 days ago, too. Just a little bit smaller than Slayers, but no, we're still looking for that. The guys there from Salmon Page who got that deal going on for the first 10-pounder that gets turned in. We're still looking for that one, but so far that one has not showed itself. But yeah, no, there's been I think 3 or 4 salmon caught so far this year that we've seen pictures of or been told about. So And there was one that was caught. Yeah, Jason Mundell's clients caught one that was 12 pounds, but they didn't bring it in for a picture and a weight. So yeah, there's been some salmon caught. So that's kind of an encouraging scenario too.
All right. Well, give us a phone number so people can get a hold of you and find out what's going on the lake on a daily basis.
It's 406-526-3597. And as always, we got all of our minnow tanks are completely full of shiners, fatheads, suckers, crawlers. Anything you need, we got her.
I know you do. All right. Eddie meant badeddie.com. I like that. Have yourself a good weekend, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, everybody have a safe weekend, and we'll talk to you later.
Okay. We got Cindy from Spring Mac Days on the phone. Cindy, it's a record-breaking Spring Mac Days. I'm assuming the record's already been broken from the most fish entered in Spring Mac Days.
Yes, it was. It was broken Monday morning. Larry Ashwell and Dan, his buddy Dan, came in, and they had 29, so that put us over the top.
Awesome.
We're at over 43,000 now. We got 1,700 and some yesterday. So it was a good day yesterday. The weather is great. I mean, it was a little bit windy in the morning, they said, and then it calmed down. But it sounds like, a lot of the fishing has shifted down here to the south end now. Several guys that normally fish up north were bringing in fish from down here. So you just never know where they're going to hit at.
Did you have some confetti fall from the ceiling when the record breaker? I think you should go for.
We should have.
I think you should go for 50,000.
50? Did you say?
50,000. Yeah, it's already at 43.
Yeah.
2 weeks
Yeah,
left.
we're gonna have to do some. We're gonna have to do some adjusting on, on budgets and everything. They knew this was going to happen, but they didn't know it was going to happen this quickly because. There's a lot of little fish out there, and that's what people are catching. If you find them, you can really bring in some numbers. So we've had to adjust already this year. They've lowered the value of all of the tagged fish to $100.
Okay.
They don't want to have a big bill from some big high-dollar tagged fish while we're trying to come up with the money to pay. They do have the money, but it's just going to break the budget that we had for this event.
So Willie,
so they're going to do some adjusting, and we'll move forward. With these people catching so many small fish.
All right, we got to get going here. MacDays.com. Willie, you're not worth $10,000 anymore.
Oh no!
Right.
You're only worth
We feel
100, so
bad.
you can go ahead and get caught.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cindy. Have a good week.
This is Brandon with Madhouse Cannabis Farms. Our winter jacket event was a heartwarming experience. It was overwhelming how many people appreciated them. So on behalf of Madhouse, thank you. The Madhouse family is proud to be part of our local community. Megan and I are passionate about our business and community support. With that, we've decided to roll out another event for spring. Stop in or call for more details. Madhouse Cannabis, embedded in community since 2010. For use 21 and older, keep out of reach children.
Town Square Media is proud to announce the Women's Expo in Great Falls is coming back to the Pacific Steel and Recycling Four Seasons Arena October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The Women's Expo is growing fast, so be sure to get your booth space reserved now by calling 406-761-7600. If your business targets the female audience, you will want to be at the Women's Expo. 3 days of shopping, showing, and sharing a variety of goods and services, all designed for you and those special ladies in your life. Don't miss the Women's Expo, brought to you by Town Square Media.
Happy New Year from the Bicycle Hanger.
Peter, it's April.
I know that, Denny, but I work in a bike shop. It isn't New Year's for us until the snow is gone and the sun is shining. At the Bicycle Hanger, we couldn't be more excited about what the new bike year has in store. We have an extensive inventory with Western Montana's largest selection of bikes from Giant, Yeti, Jamis, and the largest variety of e-bikes in town. Add on a top-notch service center, e-bike rentals, and free service for life. At the Bicycle Hanger, we want to be your bike shop.
The Bicycle Hanger, 1801 Brooks, Missoula.
Join Fallon's Farm in making a meaningful difference today. Fallon's Farm, a horse and equine rescue and sanctuary in Arley, Montana, was founded by the passionate Mike and Wendy Ramos to give animals a second chance at life. Here, rescued animals receive not just food and veterinary care, but a safe, loving home where they can thrive. The horses and equine at Fallon's Farm rely on support in every way, financial, physical, and emotional. As the spring and summer months bring higher costs for hay, machinery, and labor, your donations help the farm navigate these challenges and continue its life-saving work. Whether it's $20, $50, or $100, your donation gives Fallon's Farms the flexibility to care for these animals. Visit fallonsfarm.org to learn how you can help. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated and see how your support is transforming lives. You can ensure a brighter future for these animals and continue this important work. Mike and Wendy are deeply grateful for your support.
The buying or selling of your home starts with the title, and making sure you have clear title to your property is their specialty at Title Services Incorporated. Let Clint Romney and his staff put their training and expertise to work for you to make sure your transaction goes smoothly, right down to the closing. Title Services Incorporated, 2625 Dearborn, next to Goodwill, and across from the Larchmont Golf Course in Missoula, and also located in Superior.
Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
This is the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute.
And we're wrapping up this first hour, Montana Outdoor Radio Show. And Downrigger.
Yeah.
We're going to talk with Heath Headley, who is a fish biologist for Fort Peck. They just wrapped up their egg collection, speaking of walleyes, egg collections for 2025. And we also talked to Wade, who runs the fish hatchery. But we're going to have Heath on the radio. Your podcast is going to be next week?
Next Saturday, yeah. We got the hatchery manager, Wade, as well as Heath, the head biologist for the Fort Peck, and we talk all about that egg collection effort, walleye, and some really interesting things about how the lake is evolving as far as the fish in the lakes. Very interesting.
And we'll also talk about the process, how it started way back when, before they had the Fort Peck Fish Hatchery.
Where
what
all
happened,
those eggs go.
Where they go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about, we're going to tops of the trees at next hour. Right at the beginning of the hour with Heath. We're going to get a hold of him. He's agreed to come on the radio. So we'll be looking forward to talking to him and finding out more about that important event that happens every April when those walleyes are spawning. We'll come back with that, plus a whole lot more when the Montana Outdoor Radio Show continues with another big hour on this Saturday morning.
Before you get hot under the collar because your air conditioning system is failing you just when you need it the most, better to get it checked and serviced ahead of time with the local AC tune-up experts at Air Quality Mechanical. From top to bottom, a pre-season tune-up by Air Quality Mechanical will ensure that your AC will bring its A game this summer. And be sure to join the Air Quality Mechanical Service Club. It's free to join and features lots of discounts and other incentives. Schedule your AC tune-up and find out more about the Service Club with Air Quality Mechanical. Tough enough to drive pink.
Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women and doesn't discriminate.
It can affect any woman at any age or stage.
Encourage 3 women you love to learn more about their risk factors and how they can take charge of their health today.
Visit GoRedForWomen.org.
Blowing out your birthday candles should be easy, but if you have undiagnosed COPD, you may find yourself short of breath. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years to your life. If you have symptoms like wheezing or chronic cough, talk to your doctor and visit COPDFoundation.org today.
This is News Talk KGVO, Missoula, AM 1290, and K25 2FP 98.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
A final goodbye to Pope Francis. I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News. The funeral for Pope Francis earlier today in Vatican City. Church bells ringing out, crowds of people waiting to pay their respects. Vatican saying 250,000 plus people attended the funeral services. Mourners hearing from the Dean of the College of Cardinals, Cardinal Battista Re, through an interpreter, talking about the Pontiff's soul.
With our prayers, we now entrust the soul of our beloved Pontiff to God, that he may grant him eternal happiness in the bright and glorious gaze of his immense love.
And now coming up, the conclave to choose the next head of the Roman Catholic Church. After President Trump was seated at the funeral, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky entered St. Peter's Basilica to a round of applause from the crowd on hand. Shortly after arriving in Rome, Mr. Trump posting on his Truth Social platform, urging Ukraine and Russia to hold very high-level talks, quote-unquote, to end the three-year war sparked by that Russian invasion. Russian President Vladimir Putin did not attend the funeral. The White House confirming President Trump and President Zelensky met privately and had a productive discussion, and that more talks about that meeting will follow. Trump White House suing Rochester, New York over its sanctuary city policies, accusing the city of impeding immigration enforcement. The lawsuit following claims that Rochester police violated city policy by helping the Border Patrol at a traffic stop last month. It was filed the same day a federal judge barred the Trump White House from withholding funds from sanctuary jurisdictions. America's listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
Colorado man is convicted of murder in a rock-throwing attack.
Prosecutors say 3 friends, 18 at the time, were driving around suburban Denver, throwing rocks at passing cars, when one rock hit the windshield of 20-year-old Alexa Bartel, who drove off the road and was killed. One of the teens involved pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, another to assault charges, and both of them accused the third suspect, Joseph Koenig, of throwing the rock that killed Bartel. Koenig denied throwing it. Now he's been convicted of first-degree murder, facing life in prison. The jury rejecting a defense push for a manslaughter conviction instead. Investigators say the trio saw Bartel's car leave the road, circled back to look at it, and took a picture, but never checked on the driver or called for help. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
The Department of Health and Human Services clarifying its plan to try and find the root cause of autism.
An HHS official tells Fox it is not creating an autism registry, but instead a real-world data platform. NIH Director Dr. Jay Bhattacharya speaking to agency advisors this week about a plan to compile public and private health data from different states, agencies, pharmacies, and providers onto a new comprehensive platform. It's part of a $50 million effort to expedite research and fulfill HHS Secretary RFK Jr.'s promise of at least some answers on what causes autism by September. The autism community at large is split on Kennedy and his efforts.
These are kids who will never pay taxes. They'll never hold a job.
Senator Elizabeth Warren called Kennedy's description lies and disgusting.
And that report from Fox's Alexandria Hoff. A Texas appeals court ruling that the city of Austin cannot enforce its law prohibiting police from citing and arresting people for carrying a small amount of marijuana. It's the second time this month that the appeals court has ruled in favor of the state against ordinances that decriminalize marijuana. I'm Paul Stevens, and this is Fox News.
Spring is rolling in and adventure is calling. Whether you're hauling, towing, or gearing up for the ultimate road trip, Alcom has the toughest, lightest, and most reliable aluminum trailers on the market. From enclosed haulers to open utility trailers, whatever you need, they build it stronger, smarter, and ready for anything. Built right here in beautiful Big Sky country. Built for adventure, built to last. Visit AlcomUSA.com and take all of your journeys to the next level.
Hey, for a great meal, find yourself in Paradise. Paradise Falls starts serving at 7 a.m. daily, featuring all your traditional breakfast favorites as well as Paradise Falls specialty items. For lunch and dinner, there's a full menu of burgers, steaks, sandwiches, pizzas, salads, spaghetti, over a dozen appetizers and other Falls favorites. And of course, there's a full bar and all those TVs. Whether you want to sit inside or out on the beautiful, spacious deck, make it family friendly. Paradise Falls, open 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. every day. 3621 Brooks, Missoula.
Just pull your chair up close to your radio. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud.
Good morning, Captain.
Like to check your licenses, boys.
Good morning to you.
Live all across Big Sky Country, it's the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you statewide by Missoula Chevrolet, home of the official truck of the captain, Vibrant Hearing, Warrior Boats, Tire-Rama, Gretz RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors, your local Subaru dealer in Helena. And now, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Hey, but first, let's take a look at your weather forecast in central Montana. Looks like this. Today, increasing clouds with a chance of rain showers in the afternoon. Highs 65 to 70 degrees. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Slight chance of rain showers. Lows 40 to 45. Sunday, mostly cloudy. Chance of rain showers through the day and maybe a slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening. Highs 55 to 65. Got some winds possibly coming from the north about 20 to 30 miles an hour. Now remember, gang, you can always get the latest in outdoor news, detailed weather forecasts, a link to our latest Montana Outdoor podcast. Now, I thought we would rerun a very great podcast that features Kit and Trevor Johnson talking about those huge kokanee in Holter and Hauser reservoirs. Tells you where they're at and how to catch them.
You'll be going along, telling a story or taking a sip of coffee, and you'll hear click, 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 and everybody's like, whoa. Everybody starts looking around, and then, and I mean, it's just ripping dragon.
That and more is waiting for you at the go-to website, MontanaOutdoor.com.
And that Riggercast brought you by the Come On In. We will be back with the captain and our special guest today, fish biologist Fort Peck, Heath Headley, all on the way in 1 minute.
Escape the ordinary. Come On In Hotel and Suites of Missoula, Bozeman, and Billings features family-friendly lodging that offers a rustic atmosphere with resort amenities. Options include king or 2 queen bedrooms, roomy kitchenettes, or a relaxing jacuzzi suite. There's complimentary hot breakfast, guest laundry, a large pool, kiddie pool, 5 hot tubs, fitness center, and a beautiful indoor courtyard that features a rock waterfall. Escape the ordinary. The best value in lodging today is at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Missoula, Bozeman, and Billings. Make your reservations online at comeonin.com. That's CMONINN.com.
Hey, in Glasgow, you be sure to shop D&G Sports and Western. They are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
Thank you, Director. We have the Director, Deadeye Denny, in the command center this morning. Miguel Lee, who is manning the phones. Kokanee Quinn, who will be cooking up in the captain's or the MontanaOutdoor.com kitchens. You can come over and cook at my kitchen anytime, Kokanee. And we have Downrigger Dale back from wherever you came from.
Yeah, I had to spend a little time at the old hospital there,
and stay tuned because we have a story Downrigger is going to tell about his hospital stay.
Yeah.
We have Heath Headley on the phone. He is the fish biologist for Fort Peck. Probably one of the more popular guys over there in the Fort Peck. He'll never tell you that, but I will. You just got done with the egg collection for 2025 season for walleye and northern pike. Good morning, Heath, and welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Heath, you had a very successful egg collection year. What'd you end up with, and tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, sure. So we ended up collecting 62 million walleye eggs. Actually finished up last Sunday. So yeah, just kind of a little bit earlier than normal, but really temperatures were pretty decent for the most part, and that really helped us out. It's pretty interesting to see, I guess, that last day there. On the 20th, we actually collected 13.1 million walleye eggs, which is like double from the day before. But we saw like a 5-degree bump in water temperature. So those walleye really moved in and gave us one last good egg collection, and we were done.
Yeah, Heath is downrigger. We've got a podcast coming out next week with you and Wade, and one of the things that really struck me in our conversation was that the fishery, the Fort Peck fishery as a whole, not just walleye, but everything, pretty dang healthy and looking really good, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We're pretty fortunate to kind of be at this place and time. And a lot of it goes back to, our forage base out there, which is the Cisco. And boy, Dale, they've been doing extremely well. And, it shows in the sizes of the fish that, guys are catching. And even with, our netting results too, what we've been seeing from that aspect of it too.
The number of eggs that you collected, you cut it off at 64 million, and you could have collected more eggs going into this week. You actually cut it off last week, I believe. Why is that? Is it because the hatchery can't take any more eggs, or how does that work?
Yeah, it is going to get to the point where the hatchery is going to be full. And then the other thing too is, once we start getting beyond that 60 million, it's going to be more walleye fry than actual fingerlings, that would get from that effort, because both Miles City and Fort Peck have, a limited number of ponds that can raise the fingerlings. So just a difference in, size of walleyes that we're going to be able to produce.
Now, you also mentioned you caught some got some northern pike eggs. Does that take a little bit different type of strategy to get those than it does for the walleye?
Just a little bit. We kind of do look in a couple different locations, I guess, as far as when we set those trap nets, that capture the walleyes also. We just try and seek out maybe a little bit of a, shallow bay area. And seems like they, have a tendency to be in those areas more than walleye. And then usually it's a little bit earlier on, because pike, have a tendency to spawn a little bit earlier than walleye.
This is Rigger. Heath, we were talking to Eddie Mint last hour and talking about, some people get concerned when they see the big pictures of walleye on our website and that, and they go, well, I hope they're throwing those back. This is important that they do that. Talk about that. Is that should be kind of a hard, fast rule, do you think, as far as it goes? Or talk about keeping larger walleye.
I kind of said this in the past. It's, really what those individuals want to do, from a biological standpoint, Fort Peck is going to be fine. And the other thing is we just, a lot of people don't actually keep them. There's a few that get kept here and there based on some of our creel surveys, where we're talking to anglers out there. So in the grand scheme of things, there's probably a few walleye that get kept that are bigger, but, overall, that's not the case. And then even looking at our sampling surveys, we just continuously see really nice large walleye year after year.
What fish do you hope people will keep?
Whatever makes them happy.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well,
That's a great answer. One of the things that I think that people look at this time of the year is because those big females are probably schooled up a little bit more together, and when you get into them, you get into them. I mean, you find them, you start catching them, and that's probably a really good reason why I think there's a lot of angler pressure, peer pressure amongst the anglers to throw them back, because unless, like Eddie said, if you're going to mount one and you don't want to do a replica mount, then go ahead and keep one. But he thinks like there's 99% of the anglers at this time of the year are going to throw those back. Do you think that? Have you heard the same thing?
Yeah, no, I have as well. No, that's a really good point.
I think people are pretty responsible out there. I really do. I mean, most everybody really respects that fishery and knows, hey, let's let Mama produce a whole bunch more of them. But again, it's not a crime if, hey, that's the first time I've ever caught such a big walleye, and I'd love to hang it on my room, or in the living room or that. Especially if maybe you're getting older and swirling the drain, and you're just worrying about, you want to have something.
What if your wife won't let you hang the walleye in the living room?
Mm-hmm. Well, I never have that problem.
Which wife would that have been?
Yeah, all of them didn't care about hanging fish in the room. They just didn't want me hanging out in the room. That was fine. Yeah, fish are fine. You get the hell out of here.
Would you put them out next to your dogs playing poker painting, do you think?
Yeah. Well, that and the velveteen picture I have of the tiger with the lit up eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
You need to. By the way, I was at the Rigger's house yesterday. You need to dust that off, that Elvis painting a little bit.
Hey, did you see the new one with the semi where the lights actually turn on?
Yeah, I know. That had to cost a little bit of money.
Yeah, if you clap your hands, it honks.
Oh, by the way, we're talking to Heath Headley.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, we were, yeah.
Sorry, got into my art collection there, Heath.
Yeah.
Hey, Heath, we're going to let you go, and we know you're busy, and we want everybody to tune in next Saturday morning, or actually, they download the podcast next Saturday that you and Wade did. Great information. We appreciate all the effort that you and your staff and Wade and his staff put forth in trying to make that fishery in Fort Peck a great fishery that it is today.
Yeah, and if you're in the neighborhood, Heath, stop by and I'll show you my collection of the topless Indian maiden collection I have. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all he can say is yeah. Thanks a lot, Heath. Have a good weekend.
Yep, thank you guys. You have a good weekend as well.
All right. Time now to
little culture in the show.
Cook up some with kokanee, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
Nice intro.
I was waiting for the intro.
You didn't intro it right.
She got
gotta fight.
Something cooking for me tonight, and a little bit of chicken fried.
Well, it's bear season, and what are you going to do with all that bear? How about some peachy brune piquant? It's a pound of bear steak. You're going to cut that into 3/4-inch cubes, a couple teaspoons of cooking oil, some peach preserves, taco seasoning mix, and your chunky salsa. Coat your cubes in the taco seasoning. Heat your oil over medium heat, add the cubes, cook them to brown, stir those occasionally. Then add the salsa and the preserves and lower the heat. Cover and simmer for 10 to 15 minutes and serve it over rice. Now, if you like a little sweeter, add a little more preserves. You could do peach or apricot, or add hot salsa or a handful of jalapenos if you like it a little spicier. And add more salsa if you like the consistency to be thinner. It's all up to you. It's the Peachy Brune Piquant, and you can find that recipe at montanooutdoor.com.
Are those glasses you're wearing today?
These are
they?
for spring.
They're purple frames. They aren't the only pair that you have.
No, I have a variety. Yes. And
Are they
sometimes the dogs
readers
get to them,
or are they
yeah,
prescriptions?
They're
Oh,
readers.
okay.
Yeah, the readers.
Well, they look good on you.
Thank you.
In fact,
I appreciate that.
When you pick out the glasses, do you have the blouse you're wearing first?
No, but I have it something in mind sometimes.
Yeah, and it looks good with that blouse.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great. All right. Straight ahead with the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Placer Motors statewide trivia. Does Kokanee pick out her glasses first or her blouse? What's the topic of this hour's question, Downrigger?
Well, listen. Topic of this hour's question is, so who has the right of way?
When we come back, we'll
I
find
think
out.
it's the lacy one.
With more of the Montana
Brett's
Outdoor
RV and
Radio
Marine's been bringing family and lifestyle together since 1967. Brett's was family-owned then and still is today. The Brett's mission is simple. Help families go camping and boating, enjoy the outdoor lifestyle, and get them back out quickly when something unexpected happens. Today, Brett's carries over 75 RV and boat brands and offers them all at volume discount pricing. New travel trailers start at just $14,995. Montana, Brett's has you covered with locations in Missoula, Butte, and Billings. Or you can shop online at brettsrv.com or call 833-BRETTS RV. Your next great outdoor adventure starts at Brett's RV and Marine.
Flathead Lake is one of the cleanest large lakes in the world. It's the crown jewel of the crown of the continent, and invasive mussels could ruin it. Let's work together to protect and preserve this rare and priceless part of our collective heritage. Because we are very concerned about AIS issues, MAC days are required that all boats be inspected in 2025 before launching at any site on Flathead Lake, and that proof of inspection be turned in with your first entries or before. You can email a copy of your proof of inspection to Cindy at cindy.benson@cskt.org. Protect Flathead Lake and everyone who cares about it.
Fort Peck Marina wants to make your fishing trip as enjoyable as possible. This is Scott Collinsworth with the Fort Peck Marina. You can stay at our RV campground, which is seconds away from the boat ramp. Check out our tackle shop, which is packed with gear for all species here on Fort Peck. Plus, you can book a fishing trip with me for lake trout, salmon, smallmouth, or walleye with my Fort Peck Marina guide service. Enjoy the best pizza, burgers, and sandwiches on the lake in our bar restaurant for lunch or dinner. Plus, breakfast is served on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Fort Peck Marina, we are here to serve you. You can check us out on our Facebook page or our new website at fortpeckmarina.net. That's Fort Peck Marina by the dam on Fort Peck.
Montana's a big state, and the men and women that call it home know why they live there. It offers unique outdoor opportunities year-round. It's a way of life for them, but each region of the state does have its own set of challenges. That's why Montana hunters and fishermen have come to depend on their local sporting goods store to help them get the success they strive for in every region across Big Sky Country.
When you shop your local Montana Outdoor approved sporting goods store, you get the best products, service, and advice.
In Butte, shop Three Bears Alaska. In Helena, shop Capital Sports. In Lewistown, head on over to the Sports Center. And in Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. Over in Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. In Glasgow, shop D&G Sports and Western.
All of these sporting goods stores have local knowledge for the area of Montana that they serve, and all of them are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
You're listening to the Captain and his crew.
This is the perfect family scene when Mom, Dad, and Junior all want to hear the same radio program.
Welcome back to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
This is Eric Anderson, the owner of Placer Motors in Helena. Come in and see us today and find out why there's a Subaru, and then there's a Subaru that's been purchased at Placer Motors.
Good morning, 7:23 Trivia Time with Downrigger Dale, brought to you by Placer Motors. We'll see if we can make you a winner in 1 minute.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It'll help you take as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon, plus up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. The 2025 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Manufacturer estimated highway fuel economy on 2025 Subaru Outback non-turbo models. Actual mileage may vary. From our lot to your driveway, come see how Placer Subaru in Helena is transforming the car buying experience. Test drive a 2025 Subaru Outback today.
And this hour's winner will get a first aid kit from Joe Moline in Lewistown, a Tire-Rama pen, a Captain's Choice Max Lure from Linda at Far Country Press in Helena, the book The Sharpshooter and the Showman, a koozie from the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation from Steve Harada, a bail bondsman in Wolf Point, a utility key ring featuring a bottle opener, tape measure, and flashlight. How might that come in handy, Downrigger Dale?
Well, that's your tools to salvation, and until you get to that point, just call Steve for bail.
Did you bring that to the hospital? And from Kathy Goodman at SilverThreadsOuterwear.com in Great Falls, a Hookem fishing ball cap. It's a black ball cap featuring a leather patch in the shape of Montana with a fishing hook and 406 on it. 406-721 1290 is the number to call. If you won in the past 6 months, we'd appreciate it if you'd let somebody else have a chance to play and win with Downrigger Dale.
Hey, thank you, Captain. Today, trivia questions are dealing with the popular rules and the proper rules of waterways for power boats on the lake. So now let's say you're traveling along down the middle of the lake. You see another boat approaching from your port side, your left side. Who has the right of way, or do either of you have the right of way out there in the open water? So what should you do? Should you A, maintain your speed and course? B, you must turn away from the approaching boat or adjust your speed? Or is it C, you must steer to starboard and the boat approaching from port must steer to the port side? So again, if you're heading down the lake, you see someone coming from the left towards you, what should you do? Should you just maintain your speed and course? Or is it B, you should adjust your speed and course? Or is it C, you must steer starboard and the approaching craft steers port?
406-721-1290. And while we're waiting for Miguel to get us a winner, let's get a report from Chancey up there in Kalispell.
Good morning, Montana. Chance here at Chancey's Fish Camp. Give you that weekly fishing update. Things are looking good. All the lakes, of course, are all open. Fishing's definitely picking up, getting some still good reports down there on Flathead and East Bay. Good numbers of nice perch coming out of there. Been hearing some pike and some smallmouth mixed in down there too. So a lot of good action down there. I would think that probably should go for another week or two. The north end still fishing good for lake trout, the Delta, West Shore area, Woods Bay, all that jigging and trolling's been pretty productive, trolling big flatfish. Dave's plugs. Then also flashers and flies, flashers and squids been good trolling, jigging, zimmers, glow grubs, his litigators, route disasters with the flies above them have been really good too. Some other fishing going on out west of town, been getting some reports out of Middle Thompson, some decent kokanee action out there on Middle. Guys been trolling, doing pretty good. Been hearing some decent bass starting to bite, some large and smallmouth out that way, lower end Middle. Loon Lake out in Thompson's there, getting some reports of some decent bass and pike coming out of there. If you want to go up to Rexford, up on Koocanusa, guys been launching there at Rexford, doing pretty good trolling. Some decent rainbows coming out of there. That's starting to pick up with this warmer weather. Trolling planer boards and flies, and planer boards and plugs have been real productive also. Rogers Lake, it's doing really good. Guys catching some good grayling out of there, a few nice cutthroat, a lot of fly fishing. Small nymphs, black flies. You can throw little spinners too, Panther Martins. Thomas Cyclone's doing well. Echo Lake, we do have our bass tournament out there today. Weigh-ins at 3 if you're out and about. Want to come check that out down at the fishing access site. It's been okay. Guys getting some decent smallmouth. Been hearing some up 4 or 5 pounds. Largemouth fishing's been a little bit slow. A few decent pike coming out of there. River fishing, the main stem of Flathead's been in really good shape. It's down a little bit and greened up. Guys fly fishing been doing pretty good, still using small streamers, some nymphs. Some of those warmer days there's been a few hatches going, but it's been fishing good. Spin fishing's been good down there too, Panther Martins, rooster tails. That's all been productive. The sloughs down off the river, it's pretty tough to get into them, being that the lake's low and the river's pretty low. A few guys been sneaking into Fennon, doing pretty good on some bass, a few crappie and some big pike going down there. So lots of fishing going on, and we got you all loaded up down here at the fish camp. So swing on in if you're in town.
All right, we got our winner on the phone. It's Al from Missoula Rigger. Take it away.
Hey, Brother Al, so you're in your boat, you're going straight. Someone else is approaching from the port, the left side. Who should do what? Is it A, you maintain your speed and course? B, the approaching boat must adjust their speed and course? Or is it C, you got to turn starboard, they got to turn port?
What do you think, Al?
A.
Yeah, you are correct, sir. Yeah. If a powered vessel approaches you from the port side, you are what they call the stand-on craft. That means you have the right of way, and so you continue at the same direction and same speed. Of course, you need to be alert in case the other guy doesn't know what they're doing. And then the approaching vessel, they must give way. They are called the give-way craft, so they got to change their course.
Got to put Al on
All
hold.
right. Thanks, Al. Appreciate it. We got to put you on hold. We'll
Don't
be
go
back
away.
with Brett French right after this.
Hello, taxpayers. This is Walt Carroll, CPA, Missoula. I've got some tax planning strategies. Donate appreciated securities to charity. Make charitable distributions from your IRA for your required minimum distributions. Consider using your minimum distributions from your IRA to pay estimated taxes. Harvest capital losses. Bunch your charitable or medical deductions into 1 year. Those are some good tax savings you can do between now and the end of the year.
Cold showers? No thanks. Whether your water heater is barely hanging on or you just want to upgrade before it quits, Right Now Plumbing and Heating has the perfect solution. Big water heaters, small water heaters, tall water heaters, tankless water heaters. We've got them all. Installed fast and done right. Why wait for leaks, lukewarm showers, or worse, no hot water at all? Call Right Now Plumbing and Heating, the water heater king, and get your hot water back right now. Call 214-8904 or visit rightnowplumbingmt.com.
Is thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow by New Nordic. Millions of men and women around the world trust Hair Grow. With its patented tocotrienol complex, Hair Grow naturally reduces inflammation in the scalp and is clinically proven to promote new hair growth and increase hair count in as little as 4 months. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Hey, somebody wrote "Wash Me" in the dirt on your car. If they really wanted to help, they would have written "Wash Me" at Happy Days Car Wash, featuring the most thorough car wash, including the undercarriage, and Happy Days crew members waiting to towel dry you at the end. Veteran and senior discounts every day, and free power vacuums with your wash, too. Write it down in the dirt on your car so you won't forget. Clean car, Happy Days Car Wash, on Brooks between Fairbridge Inn and Pizza Hut.
Garden City Compost wants to say thank you, Missoula. Last July's Treemageddon wind event that hit us brought out the best in Missoulians. Here at Garden City Compost, we talked with loads of people that were helping each other and bringing out the best in ourselves as a community. Way to go, Missoula. Garden City Compost was and still is operating as usual, and we hope to see you come in to drop off some organics or pick up one of our 4 products to enrich in your landscape. Give us a call if you want a tour and to see what we do down at the Resource Recovery Facility. Garden City Compost. Natural, sustainable, local.
You're invited to the Opportunity Resources of Missoula Artists of Opportunity Art Program, Friday, May 2nd from 5 to 7 p.m. It features artwork from every artist in the program, which will include framed 2D art and pottery. Community members can vote on and purchase the artwork, view a live painting being made, and more. Opportunity Resources is a nonprofit dedicated to enhancing the quality of life for adults with disabilities. Have some fun and show your support Friday, May 2nd, 5 to 7 p.m. at Opportunity Resources, 2821 South Russell Street in Missoula.
The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you in part by Missoula Chevrolet, Tire-Rama, Brett's RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
Hey, best part of the show is coming up next. But first, let's take a look at your weather forecast for west of the Continental Divide. Looks like this. Today, mostly cloudy with areas of rain. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain. Lows in mid-30s to lower 40s. Sunday, mostly cloudy. Got a chance of rain in the morning. Now, that may increase a bit in the afternoon and evenings. Look for highs right around the 60s. And don't forget, folks, we got that go-to website fired up and ready to rock. Boy, there's some really cool videos on there. Check a look at all that and more at MontanaOutdoor.com.
Yes, the Riggercast this time around brought to you by Superior Hardwoods of Montana. And we'll be back with the captain, along with Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, all on the way in 1 minute.
Spring is the time to get your deck ready for the season. At Superior Hardwoods, we have everything you need to create the perfect outdoor space. Whether you're a fan of the natural look or you're looking for something exotic, we have you covered. Check out our striking Western red cedar, known for its strength and resistant to rot. Perfect for those who love the classics. Feeling adventurous? Explore our exotic options like Ipe, Batu, Garapa, and even tiger decking. Durable enough for commercial use and built to last a lifetime. Don't feel like dealing with the hassle of maintenance? Our composite decking is easy, breezy, and beautiful. Ideal for those who want more time enjoying their deck than maintaining it. So let's get grilling, relax with a drink, and gaze at the stars from the comfort of your new deck. Stop in at Superior Hardwoods in Missoula or check us out on the web at superior-hardwoods.com and let us guide you through our vast selection.
Hey, friends, when in Helena, be sure to shop Capital Sports. They are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
Thank you, Director. 25 before 8 o'clock, Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, is on the phone. Good morning, Mr. French.
Good morning, Captain.
So now you're saying you wrote an article about the Yellowstone River, and it's a river in transition. What does that mean, Mr. French?
Yeah, Captain Scott Opitz, the fisheries biologist for FWP on that upper stretch of the Yellowstone River, he's been there for a couple of decades now, and he's noticed some changes in the stream, and one of those is these high water events like we had in 2022, which was a historic one, 55,200 CFS, a 1 in 500 year flood. But other high water years are coming more frequently. You know, we had that big year in 2011 when they opened up the floodgates on Fort Peck, and 96 and 97 were back-to-back high water years on the Yellowstone. And so looking at it, if you look at a graph, and they've been gauging the water there at Livingston since the late 1800s, you can see how these high water events are coming more, they're higher and they're coming more frequently. And obviously that's because the water is coming off faster than it used to. You know, we used to have those pretty mild springs where it didn't warm up until July, and now they're seeing runoff even come a couple of weeks earlier, the peak, than it used to. And that's just one of the changes. The other one is temperature. They've also kept temperature records there for a long time. And it wasn't until, I think it was 2007, that the upper Yellowstone right around Springdale, which is between Livingston and Big Timber, they had to enact a hoot owl restriction because the water was pushing up towards 70 degrees. And now that temperature is becoming more common, as high as Livingston. Never used to see it up that high, you know, because of that slow snow melt coming out of the upper Yellowstone drainage. So that's affecting the fisheries, obviously. You know, the brown trout numbers are down there just like they are in other western Montana waters. The rainbows and the brown trout had a pretty good year, class. A couple of years ago, they've seen some nice 2-year-old fish coming in after that 2022 flood. So that's good to see. And whitefish are also, they're seeing some bigger ones after that huge die-off, in 2016, when that proliferative kidney disease struck and killed, thousands of whitefish. So those are good things that are coming out of this really crazy change in how the water comes off now.
Brett, there's a walleye. Speaking of, you're talking about trout, but walleye come up from Sakakawea, and it seems like when the water's lower coming out of the Fort Peck Dam with the Missouri, that more will go up in the Yellowstone. In fact, fishing's pretty good when they're migrating up there in the Yellowstone. Last year they had the pallid sturgeon. What was it called? The
flush.
Flush.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot more walleye came up the Missouri River, and so water flow affects the walleye migration too.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought you would agree with me. Maybe it's not true. I don't know. I thought maybe you would know something. You got a question for me.
Two things. Actually, I have a question, but I also wanted to let you know I appreciate you telling us what a cubic foot would look like as far as water flow goes. You said a basketball is about 1 cubic foot, so you might imagine 55,200 basketballs flowing past.
Yeah.
That was a good visual for someone like me. It was like, wow, what would that even look like? How has the change in water flow changed the way that Fish, Wildlife, and Parks does their work in the spring?
Yeah, that's a good question, because they're also used to be able to go out earlier in the season and do their capture and recapture for fish. That's how they get their population estimates. They mark them and then recapture them. And they can't launch their jet boats at 2,000 CFS like they used to because the river channel has changed and it's shallower in places now. They need over 3,000 CFS to get on the water, and that window of time that they can do that is much shorter than it used to be. And so they've resorted to using drift boats on that upper section of river, and they also have to install pit tags, which are passive transponders that kind of like you put in your dog if you want to track your put an identifier on your dog, and they install those to mark fish and track them on that upper section now.
So next time somebody asks me how the flow is going below the dam, I'm going to say there's 8,000 basketballs going down.
Yeah,
per second.
Yeah.
Per second. Yeah, that's crazy. A second.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. French. Hey, Brett, we got to go. We appreciate that. Good article, and have yourself a good week. We'll talk to you next Saturday morning.
All right.
I noticed he said, "Good question, Kokanee." He didn't say anything like that to me when I talked to him.
Well, because it was a good question.
Oh, really? Oh, now you're...
You're talking about those trackers you put in dogs. The captain put one of those in me.
It didn't go very far.
No, but it also shocks me. I don't like.
I thought he was actually dead about 4 or 5 times because it never moved for like a week.
I was trying.
Fish on.
Fish on, baby, with Captain Matt McComb. How you doing, Matt?
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, what a beautiful week up here in the Flathead Valley. We got 60s, almost 70-degree weather.
Nice.
It's been a great week of fishing. Not much for wind, so guys, it's been beautiful. I've hit the lake 6 times this last week.
Wow.
Since last time I talked to you. The fishing is really picking up. The Lakers are moving in a little bit more shallow. I'm fishing that 80 to 120 foot. We're starting to get a little bit of mud coming in from the rivers because we're warming up a little bit. The north end, especially the north end, with that mud coming in, and then when the wind hits, watch where that mud goes. We're fishing the mud lines. I think Friday or Saturday I moved in closer to Big Fork side because the wind was coming out of the west, and then Saturday the wind was coming out of the east, so I was fishing closer to Lakeside, Summerside. So just keep an eye on that mud. Not a whole lot of debris coming in, logs and branches and stuff like that. So the lake's still pretty clean of big debris. But yeah, what a great week, Captain. The lakes actually went down. So guys that are launching the bigger boats like we have, be careful. They're at the summer boat launch. Your trailer will fall off the concrete pad there, and you'll hang up your axles there. So be real careful on that. West Shore, we launched at West Shore yesterday. West Shore is always good. Wayfarers and Big Fork is always good. So just be careful about that, Captain. Other than that, everything's green light go. My lawn's turning green. I mean, everything's green light.
What kind of fertilizer do you use on your lawn?
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Feed it. Yeah. So, Matt, did you get your phone number straightened out this week?
844-FISH. It's green light on that too, Captain.
All right.
Everything's coming your way, my man. You got a green grass lawn and you got a phone number that works.
Yes, sir. Cameron's out there right now. I'm just loading up right now, and guys, give us a call. Oh, and last weekend was my fishing 101 training. So I did 4 trips from the seminars I did at Chansey's, and we had a full boat all 3 days. So yeah, anybody wants to get on the water and learn, I do those trips all the time. I will actually come into your boat and show you how to run your boat. A lot of guys are buying new boats, and they're kind of intimidated on all this new tackle and downriggers and electronics. So anybody that wants to have me come on your boat, I do those trips too. But if you want to jump in my boat and learn how I do it, give us a call at 844-FISH at Fish On Charters, fishing with Captain Matt.
That's not a new concept. Downrigger's been doing that for a lot of years, jumping into somebody else's boat whether they like it or not.
Yeah, I jump in yours and tell you how to run it all the time.
Yeah, they call it 86. They 86 him right out of the boat. And one other thought, instead of sending me pictures of fish all the time, send me a picture of your lawn, and we'll post that on MontanaOutdoor.com.
Have the fish out on the line.
All right,
You got
buddy.
it, Captain.
All right. Have a good week, pal.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Time now to give away a I just about said a $47
27.
gift. Yeah,
Ooh,
we
we
haven't been
jumped
on the
up
air.
in
It
age.
seems
Feels
like we've
like
been
that.
on the air that long this morning.
This morning.
27 years, $27 from
Just
the
this year
Montana
alone.
Club. Bob and Nick want to thank them for that. 406-721-1290 is the number to call. If you've won in the past 6 months, let somebody else have a chance to play and eat at the Montana Club. 6 locations in Montana. We'll be back with our winner right after this. Any angler can put bait on a lure, but good anglers know that catching fish requires more than just baiting your hook. At the Montana Club, we just don't serve you food. Any restaurant can do that. At the Montana Club, we serve you made-from-scratch entrees. That's why we call ourselves the Montana Club. Montana families keep coming back for our uncompromising cut-above USDA Choice and Prime certified Angus beef steaks for dinner. The Montana Club is something for everyone. Catch the flavor of the Montana Club in Missoula, Butte, Kalispell, Great Falls, and Billings, where they're always happy to see you and proud to serve you. Okay, we have our winner on the phone. Where are you from, and what's your name?
Jim Rodenberg from Wolf Point.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, there you go, Jim. You got a ways to go to Montana Club, but we'll get that gift card out to you, and we appreciate you listening to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
I enjoy it every day. Every Saturday morning is the program I go to.
There you go, Jim. If you enjoy it every day, you're on something that we would like to be on. We're going to come back. We're maybe get a hold of Neil Cote.
Yeah, I've sent him a text. I'm waiting for a reply, but I think he'll get a hold of it.
We also have a story, a hospital story from Downrigger Dale. We'll all sit together by the fire, and we'll listen to his little story.
Gather around, everybody.
We'll be back right after this. Attention anglers, when it comes to fishing, only one name stands above the rest: Warrior Boats. Built by fishermen for fishermen, Warrior Boats deliver unmatched stability, performance, and reliability in any waters. From tournament days to quiet mornings, Warrior Boats are designed to help you conquer the water with ease. Built tough and built right. Built for warriors like you. Find your ultimate fishing machine today at warriorboatsinc.com. Warrior Boats. Go farther, fish longer, and own the Montana waters.
Save some money and get the quality tire care you've trusted for over 45 years from your friends and neighbors at Tire-Rama. Now through May 31st, save up to $70 on a set of select Cooper tires, including some of Cooper's newest tires, like Pro Control, Discoverer Road and Trail AT, Discoverer Stronghold AT, or Endeavor and Endeavor Plus. Get on the road and into a new set of Coopers. Visit your neighborhood Tire-Rama before May 31st for this offer, or go to TireRama.com for more details.
River and open water fishing can be very productive this time of the year when you know what the fish are biting on. When you shop your Montana Outdoor approved sporting goods store, you get the best product, service, and advice. In Butte, shop Three Bears Alaska. In Helena, shop Capital Sports. In Lewistown, shop the Sports Center. And in Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. They all have local knowledge and are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
When it comes to farming, ranching, or even fishing and hunting, you need a truck you can rely on. Even more, you need a buying experience that's hassle-free. Look no further than Missoula Chevrolet, locally owned and operated right here in Missoula, Montana. They offer one low price, plain and simple, always. With over 350 vehicles, including the tried and true Silverado light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, they are proud to be the Captain's Truck Center.
That's so true. I depend on the experts at Missoula Chevrolet to find me the perfect Chevy Silverado to get me where the fish are biting and the game can be hunted. I travel the entire state, and my 3/4-ton Silverado makes it easy to tow my fifth wheel and boat at the same time. And you can't beat the comfort of the interior. It's simple. I trust the non-commissioned experts at Missoula Chevrolet for all my truck needs.
Find out for yourself exactly what the Captain is talking about. Find your next Chevy truck at Missoula Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at MissoulaChevrolet.com.
You're listening to The Captain.
Got a mouth like an outboard motor. All the time. Put, 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 put.
Welcome back to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Oh, he sounds just like you. In Butte, shop Three Bears, Alaska. They're Montana outdoor proof hunting and fishing cabin.
All right. Thanks, Director. Debbie from the Silos RV over there in Canyon Prairie is on the phone. Good morning, Debbie. How you doing?
Morning, guys.
What's
going on?
What's going on? Well, we're calling you to find out what's going on at Canyon Prairie.
Oh, my God. The weather has been absolutely beautiful. Yes, the lake is up. The water's warming up. Trout have been the big fish of the week. And, of course, the carp. As we know, everybody loves a good carp. But, yeah.
A bunch of suckers.
Give it up to the carp.
So yeah, worms and leeches are in, so that's the best fishing bait for here. Which we discussed last year how leeches are princesses. So yeah, that water has to be just absolutely right for those leeches. And that's what's going on. Get out there on that beautiful lake.
All right. What's the phone number to call over there?
406-266-3100.
There you go, Debbie. Hey, thanks a lot. You sound great, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
All right, I'll be here.
Rigger, you went to the hospital.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, we're glad you're back.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I wanted to give a shout out to all the folks that took care of me. The folks at the ambulance service were amazing and wonderful. They even kind of made sure my doggy was okay when they scraped me up off the floor. And the people at St. Patrick's Hospital, shout out, thank you to them. The only complaint I had is, when they walk in and say the words you never want to hear, which is, we're here to shave you now.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know why this happens to me every time something like that happens. Is they send in the guy, the slow guy with the freakishly strong grip to scrub you down before they, operate on you. Yeah, that's not.
Well,
yeah, I mean, he's very nice, smiles all the time, but when he, picks you up by the ankle and really gets to scrubbing.
Is that the one they nicknamed Edward Scissorhands? I know there's.
Yeah, and by the way,
there's somebody on staff by that nickname.
He lost.
Hey, Gussie, come on in. You need to shave this guy. All right, here I come.
He actually lost the rock, paper, scissors deal that they had out in the hallway.
Yikes.
Yeah. Don't worry, Mr. Dambringer. We're going to get you real clean. And boy, did he. Didn't miss a spot.
Yeah.
Just wish he wouldn't have picked me up from there.
Kind of like a chicken,
yeah. Okay, Gussie, that's not a handle. No. Woo! Man, he got a strong grip.
Oh, yeah.
Very calloused hands.
Yeah. Well, it's in the hospital was St. Patrick's?
Yeah, no, they're just wonderful people, so thank you very much.
Yeah, I wanted to mention their names so they could give you that discount that you're expecting on your bill.
No, they're wonderful people.
And the ambulance company as well. We'll be back to wrap up the show right after this.
Plumbing problems are an emotional drain. The sink, tub, toilet, or sewer gets clogged. Water is backing up and, the smell. Despicable drains demand the drain-trained technicians at Thomas Plumbing. Thomas Plumbing has the right tools and expertise to get things flowing smoothly again. No job too big or too small for the drain specialists at Thomas Plumbing. Since 1978, Western Montanans have been sinking their trust into Thomas Plumbing. 532-LEAK.
Hey, want to know what your home is really worth in today's marketplace in less than 60 seconds from a real estate professional who truly knows the demand in your market and is selling homes every single day? Hey, your friend Sean Hannity here, and as an active investor in real estate and a homeowner myself, I rely heavily on smart local agents who personally live in the market and sell a high volume of homes so they can give me a truly accurate gauge on what homes will sell for right now. I'm talking about Jason Baker of Rise Realty, Montana. He has a home selling system that truly is on a whole different level. Now, his superior marketing in many cases sells homes at or over asking price. Now, sell your home for the most money. Just go to the website and click on What's My Home Worth? And you will immediately see the minimum your home can sell for in seconds. Online, JasonBakerTeam.com. That's JasonBakerTeam.com. And get the marketing and money your home deserves.
You're invited to the Opportunity Resources of Missoula Artists of Opportunity Art Program, Friday, May 2nd from 5 to 7 p.m. It features artwork from every artist in the program, which will include framed 2D art and pottery. Community members can vote on and purchase the artwork, view a live painting being made, and more. Opportunity Resources is a nonprofit dedicated to enhancing the quality of life for adults with disabilities. Have some fun and show your support Friday, May 2nd, 5 to 7 p.m. at Opportunity Resources, 2821 South Russell Street in Missoula.
The Missoula Animal Services Shelter saves 97% of the animals in its care, and it is expanding with new cat rooms, dog kennels, and a larger lobby for visitors. The remodel will help keep animals physically and mentally healthy for as long as it takes to meet their new loving families. Your donation to our Possum Shelter campaign will provide Missoula's lost and surrendered pets with a second chance. Visit online at www.missoulapublichealth.org/animals to learn more and donate today.
Good morning, everybody. This is the Captain. Before we wrap up the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, I want to invite you to join us every Friday morning from our local fishing program, Catching the Big Ones, live on the banks of brooks at Paradise Falls. We'll help you get ready for a weekend of fishing with area reports and advice and try to make you a winner with our weekly trivia. Catching the Big Ones every Friday morning, 8 to 9, live from Paradise Falls on News Talk, KGVO AM 1290 and FM 98.3.
You're listening to the Captain and his crew.
You never know what you're going to get.
Here's more of the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Missoula Chevrolet. They're, of course, our partner for a lot of years. I got a brand new pickup.
Boy, that's a nice looking truck.
You did?
Yeah, 2025.
She's a beaut.
I want to thank Brad and Janelle Morehouse, the owners of Missoula Chevrolet, along with Andy English. Andy does a heck of a job of being the salesperson. I mean, I call him up and say, I put that middle deal up, I can't get it down. And he's got to go, boy, this got to be the dumbest guy in the world.
What couldn't you get down?
Well, I couldn't get the middle deal on. I got one of those bench seats this time instead of a...
You got a bench seat?
I like that bench seat.
Wow, you're getting old. Holy moly.
So all your stuff can easily
I figured out how to...
So in the rest area, you can lay down.
So thank you, Missoula Chevrolet. I'll talk a little bit more about that when Downwayer's not here, so I can actually say something nice about you. Valor Coffee is also somebody you want to talk about.
Yes, VALLER is how you spell it, ValorCoffee.com. We are drinking the Rifleman Roast this morning, and it is delicious. So check them out. They're out of Lincoln, ValorCoffee.com.
Lincoln?
Mm-hmm.
You mean
Montana?
Lincoln, like
Lincoln.
Lincoln Logs.
I've been thinking about Lincoln.
Home of the Lincoln Lynx.
They are, the Lynx.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how to work the radio in that new truck?
No, I don't. Gotta figure it out, though. Andy!
How does this work here?
All right. We'll see you next Saturday morning. Have a good week, everybody.
Spring is here and camping season is calling. Before you